don't know about you, but with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, we experience all the feelings all day, every day. Luckily, Usborne has some great books to help us work through those emotions and also explore friendships. First up is Can I Join Your Club? This is a wonderful book about inclusion and being yourself. It's about Duck, who is trying to join a club. He tries the Lion Club, but he can't roar like a lion. He tries the Snake Club, but he has wings and he can't hiss like a snake. He tries the Elephant Club, but he doesn't have the memory of an elephant and he can't trumpet like an elephant. So Duck decides to start his own club, and he makes it a place where everyone can be involved. And so he calls it Our Club, and it ends with Everyone Wants to Join Our Club. It's a great book about inclusion. Teletubbies. This is an awesome book about how there are two sides to every story. The first half of the book is told from the perspective of the little girl, and she finds this beast just hanging out in the forest, and she's like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, and he's lost, and I just want to take him home. And so she takes him home and dresses him up and shows him off to all her friends, but one night the beast escapes, and she doesn't know why, and she's kind of sad about it. Then we get to the second half of the book, which is told from the perspective of the beast, and he's like, I was just hanging out in the forest, and this terrible beast came and snatched me from my tree, and she dressed me in these horrible clothes. And so it's a funny story about how there's always two sides to every story, and neither perspective is wrong. They're just different. And it ends up with the beast coming back after he runs away, and they run through the forest together. Animally is the sweetest book. I love reading this one to my kids before they go to bed. It's about all the ways we love our kids. I love you hugely like a whale. I love you shyly like a quail. I love you cleverly like a fox. I love you powerfully like an ox. So it goes through and compares our love to that of animals, and I love the illustrations. They're almost watercolor-like. They're very sweet, soft. The words are very soothing. It's the perfect bedtime story. And it ends with saying, I love you birdly, buggly, animally. I love you so, for you're my family. Snowflake in My Pocket is one of our new releases. It is about Squirrel and Bear. Bear is older and has experienced 100 winters, but Squirrel is only 3 and hasn't experienced winter or snow just yet. So Squirrel is waiting for winter, and he's so excited, and he can't wait for it to snow. And when it finally does, Bear gets sick. So Bear can't go out and play in the snow with Squirrel. So Squirrel goes out, and he tucks a snowflake into his pocket so he can take it back to Bear. And of course, once he gets there, it melts, and Squirrel is super sad. Where has it gone? As Bear took his paw. Bear says, snow comes and snow goes, but one thing lasts forever. And as they cuddled up by the fire, which crackled and popped and kept their toes warm, Squirrel said, me and you, now and always, whispered Bear. Sweet, sweet story about friendship. Bears Don't Read. It's about believing in yourself and doing what you want to do, learning a new skill, even when everyone else around you says it's impossible. This is a story about Bear, and Bear wants to learn how to read. And all his bear friends are of course, like, dude, bears don't read. Like, what are you doing? But he's really determined. So he decides to go into town, where, of course, everyone is just terrified because it's a bear. And he's trying to find someone who will teach him how to read. And finally, he meets a little girl who says, he doesn't look dangerous to me, and I'll teach him how to read. So she takes him, and she teaches him how to read. George the bear moved into the summer house at the end of Clementine's garden, and each day after school, Clementine showed him everything she had learned. So she takes a chance on him even though he's different, and even though other people thought he was scary, she reached out and taught him how to read. Great, great story. We have some chapter books that are really awesome. Our Billy B. and Hey Jack series. Billy B. and Hey Jack are best friends. Every story has kind of a lesson to it. They face real-life situations, and they're great to read. We read a chapter a night to my 4-year-old, and they're just great for introducing real-life situations and kind of seeing how someone else would work through them. So once my child experiences that, they kind of have an idea of what to do. So these are really great reads. Jonathan James and the What If Monster. This is great for worriers. It's about Jonathan James, who has this little what if monster who follows him around, filling his head with worry and doubt. And at the end of the book, Jonathan James stands up to him and says, "I've heard all your worries, I've heard all your claims, but what if you're wrong?" asked Jonathan James. And he starts to challenge those what ifs, and what if the chance I take in the end is just how I find my very best friend? So it's all about challenging those fears. Cordelia is all about believing in yourself when no one else does. She believed that she could fly, and when people started to doubt her and she started believing their doubts, she couldn't fly anymore. And she was very sad until one day she finally stands up and realizes that, you know what, I don't have to believe what they say about me. I can believe in myself. And she starts to fly again. I love all these books, and they make a great addition to any home library.